Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, The Gentleman Reviewer. As always, I would greatly appreciate if you guys would hit that like and subscribe button and continue to help my channel grow. So this week I'm excited. I always get excited when I get to do another Kuru Toga review. I think these pencils are really unique and pretty awesome and a little ingenious in how they solve a common problem that you see among mechanical pencils. So if you have a standard mechanical pencil, like let's say Rotring, great mechanical pencil. However, there is, that's not focusing automatically. So there is something that, there's a common problem that you run into. So as you're writing, if you keep the pencil oriented in one direction, you're going to end up with a wedge-shaped piece of lead. So this is going to make your writing very in line width. It's going to make it very in darkness and shading, and it's just going to be inconsistent across the paper. So one way you can solve that is by rotating the pencil as you write. Now you're still going to end up with a bit of wedge shaping, a bit of variation in line width, because you're just not going to be able to keep it consistent as you go. Another problem that you can run into if you get that wedge shape and you flip it over, you're going to have a very sharp piece of lead now hitting the paper, which is one, going to be very thin, two, it's going to be likely to break, three, you can cut it into the paper, and it's a bit of a pain. So Kuru Toga, or Uniball, came out with this Kuru Toga, I can't say that right because I always struggle with my R's sometimes, leftovers from my childhood speech impediment. But so Uniball released the Kuru Toga line, which rotates the lead as you write. So Kuru Toga translated into English, thanks again to JetPens for pointing me in the direction of this translation. Kuru means turning or rotating, and toga means to taper to a point, which is literally what these pencils are doing. So there's several models of these pencils. Today I'm going to be reviewing the advanced model. So there's 7 of these pencils. I have all 7. This is the third one that I've reviewed. So the main feature that makes this pencil, I keep almost saying pen, makes this pencil different or unique from the other models. As you can see that the spinning engine as I'm pressing it in. So this one rotates one full rotation for every 20 strokes. Standard models do one for every 40. So in theory, this is going to make the lead sharpen to that point more quickly, give you more consistency in line width and shading and all of that. I found that both work reasonably well and both do well at what they do or what they're supposed to do. So the advanced model, sorry, I'm still getting over that cold that I had 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's kind of annoying. The advanced model also has, let's see if I can get close in on it, a sliding lead sleeve that goes along with the pencil lead. So this, as you're writing, you can press down on it and it will flow down as the lead wears away. So this is going to protect the lead, make it much less likely to break as you're writing, or if you put a little too much pressure on it. And it's just going to expose the very, very tip of it. So another thing that it has, and you're not going to be able to see this on camera, but the tip of this is slightly rounded. Whereas if you were to go to, like I said, the Rotring line, you can see it's just a corner. So this would scratch into the paper if the lead were to get to the lead sleeve. Whereas this one will glide right over it. I've noticed it's very smooth. It's even smooth if you're going against the corner, so in that direction, and it's going to work fine. One thing that I do find annoying about this, if I hold the pencil upside down and I press it in, it falls into the body of the pencil. So, and I can't advance it. So you have to hold it down in order, or facing down, or it's going to, it's going to go with gravity. So whatever. It's just annoying to me because I'll be pulling it out of the pen loop that I have it in, click it, and I'll go to write, and it's not out there, so then I have to click it again. So that's probably the most annoying thing to me, but it's the only real problem that I've had with this pencil. So the lead sleeve is 3.3 millimeters long, just about as long as you'll see on drafting pencils, about less than 1 millimeter shorter. Continuing up the body of the pen, the tip is metal. So you're going to get some extra durability there. It doesn't really add too much weight to the tip. And actually, since I always forget to do these in videos, the center of balance given the tip is right about right there. So about center. If you want one that's going to be comfortable to write with, you want it to be balanced a little bit more towards the tip. And that's just because then you're not fighting momentum as you're writing. So now we get to my favorite feature of the Kuru Toga line, and that's the clear grips. So these allow you to see the mechanism in action. I've always loved taking things apart. I'm not confident in taking these ones apart, so I'm not going to. I could take the tip off, but I took it off for a picture, and it's just nothing worth really seeing. So let's see. So nothing too fancy. It's just a bit more of the mechanism. So not as exciting as I thought it would be. The grip itself is made of plastic, so it doesn't add a lot of extra grip, especially if your hands are wet. And it is slightly wavy, which is common across the Kuru Toga line. I still can't say it very well. And that just adds some extra grip. I found that with longer writing sessions, my hand can get a little bit slippery and slide off. So the body of these pencils the body is plastic, so very, very light. Overall, the pencil is going to weigh 0.44 ounces or 12 grams, so very, very, very light. The body is going to be about 10.6 millimeters, and the grip is about 10.3 millimeters. So you have a very slight taper outwards moving up the body. So then we reach the metal clip. This is pretty durable. One thing that does concern me a little bit is you'll see that it does hook into a plastic insert. I worry that that's going to break over time and really wear down. So I tend to fiddle with these a lot. I've found that I don't do it as much lately. But if you're putting this into your pocket especially, and it's getting caught on things as you're walking by, I would worry that that would break. So then it's also connected to the body by a plastic ring right there. So now we reach my least favorite feature of most mechanical pencils is the eraser. Super tiny. They're really, really cheap to replace. I think it's $1.10 for 5 of them. So they're super cheap. They do work reasonably well. Again, you're going to want a separate eraser if you have to erase like a whole sentence or something. And then the lead advanced mechanism. So it's a top knock, like many that you'll come across. And then this is metal as well, and it's not focusing. There we go. It's got a couple extra holes on the top. So you could feasibly use this without an eraser and the lead wouldn't fall out, because these are at an angle from center, and I think you'd be hard pressed to have lead fall through those holes. 0.5 millimeter lead will fit through those holes. I'm not sure if 0.7 millimeter lead will, but keep an eraser in there if you can, just in case, so you're not losing lead. So one thing that you might have noticed at this point, if you've read my pipe slide review, is just how similar these mechanical pencils are. They both have the 1 rotation per 20 strokes. They both have the sliding lead sleeve. So functionally, they're the exact same pencil. The only difference between these two is the Advance has metal hardware on it. You can see here. So it's got a metal eraser cover, metal clip, and a metal tip. Beyond that, they're exactly the same. So you're going to get a little bit more durability, just slightly higher quality out of the Advance mechanism. So just as some final specifications, the pencil is about 13.9 centimeters long, which comes in at 5.5 inches. Pretty standard for pencils. These are available in 0.3, 0.5, and 0.7 millimeter leads, and about 13 different colors if I counted correctly. They range between $6 and about $8 depending on where you buy them from. And just as a side note, one of the things that I often come across with Kuru Togas is you'll find that they have their own Kuru Toga lead. I still can't say it very well. And you'll get asked, can you use just standard HB or H lead in it? And the answer to that kind of varies. You'll find people who have, and it's fine. So Kuru Toga lead is actually softer on the outside and then harder on the inside. One thing that this helps with is as you're writing, the outside's going to wear down a little bit more quickly and give you that taper a little bit more quickly as well. It also allows the mechanism to grip the outside of the lead, whereas if it was a harder lead, it would kind of slide at times. So I would recommend using the Kuru Toga lead. You can get a starter set that comes with a pack. It's also pretty cheap if you buy it in itself. Another thing that I've come across is if you have an extreme writing angle, the lead advanced mechanism isn't going to work as well. So it is kind of working here, but if I'm just like writing like that, and this is about probably a 35 to 45 degree angle, it's not advancing very well. So I tend to write a bit more at a slant or at a almost a little bit closer to 90 degrees, and it works great. So if you have a pretty extreme writing angle, it's not going to work as well. But overall, I've really enjoyed this pencil. Kuru Togas are one of my favorites overall. I think they're really unique. And, you know, the Advance is a great upgrade from the Pipe Slide. I wouldn't say that it's the best in the line, but I'll get more to that when I actually do some of the more reviews. So again, as always, thanks for watching. Please, please, please hit that like and subscribe button, and so you'll get notified as I do more reviews. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you like this video.